Hello everyone, this is Brendan's Movie Collector here, and now before we go ahead and get started with the redo of my Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection, I want to explain to you guys a few things before we go ahead and get started with the redo of this collection video for May 2025 edition, that is. For the redo of this collection video, this will be a little bit different this time, and here's why. I'll give you guys the few explanations on why that I have decided to go ahead and redo my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection for May 2025 edition, that is because I'm gonna show you some of the variations on some of the tapes, including some of the openings to some of these tapes. Well, I'm not gonna show all the openings to these tapes because they're just such a waste of time and all that. Show you all the variations of the logos, the openings and closings to some of these tapes, and a few other variations of certain things about these some of these Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS tapes and all that stuff. So that is the main reason why that I have decided to go ahead and redo my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection, but this time for May 2025 edition, that is because of those few obvious reasons I just mentioned at the beginning of this video on why that I'm going to go ahead and redo this collection again for tonight, that is. So, as my plan to do this for tonight. So, I'm not going to do this entire collection of the redo for May 2025 edition for tonight. I may just do at least one part or maybe two parts, but we'll see when we get there. But after I show the 1991 VHS releases of these Disney Black Diamond tapes, I'm just going to go ahead and stop it there for tonight. After I show all the 1991 VHS releases of the Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS tapes, and starting off from 1992 and through the rest until 1994, that will be continuing on either tomorrow or maybe just push it off until another day, that is. But for right now, I'm going to start off from 1984 through 1991 releases of the Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS tapes for tonight, that is. So this may take at least just either one part or maybe two parts for tonight, but we'll see when we get there. So I just wanted to give you guys a few explanations before we go ahead and get started with the redo of my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection all over again, but this time for May 2025, that is. So, yeah. I'm going to show you all of the variations of the Disney Black Diamond Classics logos, all the variations of those. And I'll show you some of the openings to some of these VHS tapes, including some of the closings too, but we'll see. That's one of the few explanations I mentioned, and something interesting about these tapes and all that stuff, pretty much for the most part, but we'll see when I get there. So it's mostly just going to be those few explanations there. So yeah. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys, everyone, before we go ahead and get started with the redo of my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection for tonight for May 25th. No, I meant May 2025 edition, that is. Excuse me, my bad. And also, another thing, before we go ahead and start redoing this collection video again, is I was planning on going to go ahead and do my entire Disney Masterpiece Collection VHS collection for 2025 edition, but I'll hold that off and delay that until for another time, as I've decided to go ahead and just redo my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection again for May 2025, because why not for me to redo this again? But this time, this will be a little bit different this time, unlike I did this back in January a few months ago for 2025, back in January at the beginning of this year already, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just redo this entire collection video again for May 2025 edition on my YouTube channel, that is. So why not for me to just go ahead and redo this collection video anyway, just for fun, and just to do something a little different here on why I'm redoing this collection video. So yeah. So anyways, you guys, so I just wanted to point all these few explanations before we go ahead and get started with the Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection. Yeah, my entire Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection redo for May 2025 edition, that is. So anyways, you guys, let's just go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and redo this again. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get the show on the road, and let's redo this collection again. So here we go now, guys, and let's get started. And also, another thing, I'm still not going to go into further detail about most of these Disney Black Diamond Classics VHS collection. Like, I'm not going to read the critic reviews or few other details because they're just such a waste of time. So I'm kind of like just going to go ahead and just redo this again, just like last time I did this back in January a few months ago. But except it'll be a little different, and so why not just go ahead and do something a little different for this redo this collection video. So I just wanted to point that out as well too before we go ahead and start redoing this again. So anyways, you guys, let's go on and get the show on the road, and let's redo this again. So here we go now, guys, and let's get started. Let's redo this again, but this time for May 2025 edition, that is. So let's get started, fellas. November 15th, 1984. And no, this copy does not have the Walt Disney and You promo at the end at all, unfortunately. Is because this copy is version 1 of the 1984 VHS. So I just want to give you the information. November 6th, 1985. And yes, this copy does have the Walt Disney and You promo at the end, is because this copy is version 2 of the 1984 VHS. So I just want to give you the information. And I'm going to go ahead and show the opening and close into this copy of Robin Hood 1984 VHS. And by the way, you guys, this was the very first Disney Black Diamond VHS that was released back in the series back on December 6th, 1984. So I'm going to go ahead and show the opening and close into this Robin Hood tape from 1984 by using version 2 of it to show off the entire opening and show the entire closing, because this is the copy that does contain the Walt Disney and You promo at the end. So, which I'm about to go ahead and show the Walt Disney and You promo from off of this Robin Hood tape, in case you guys are curious to see what it is, to see if you guys want to see the Walt Disney and You promo and stuff like that, in case you guys have not seen it on YouTube or anything like that. So why not for me to go ahead and show off the entire opening and close into this copy of Robin Hood, the 1984 VHS of Robin Hood, that is. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video so that way I can go ahead and show the opening and close into this tape. So I'll be back with you guys, so bear with me, guys.
home to all your good friends. Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Herbie, Alice, Winnie the Pooh, Mary Poppins, Pollyanna,
You have a stubby little nose.
and many more. You'll see your favorite heroes, including Zorro, Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier, and Condor Man, Disney's spy in the sky. But there's no escaping the Disney villains.
You could murder.
Lean on them.
Am I in your way? He's not an agent of the CIA. He is a writer of comic books. That rotten car is driving it. Fire that musket, and I touch his soul. Was that anyone we know?
He's your uncle.
Yes, that's why I happen to know Uncle Alonzo has a heart.
Want a light? You're invited to enter a world of excitement. Suspense.
What did you say?
Surprise. And laughter.
Oh my God.
A world of tenderness.
Please try to understand, Pollyanna. You're such a part of our lives now. Nancy, Angelica, Mrs. Laglaw. And I love you as if you were my own little girl. Won't you give me that chance? Please.
Tears.
Tony, you've got to get out of here before it's too late, please.
Adventure. And music. And more laughter.
Hey, you mangy cur, come back with my car! That shaggy dog just stole my car!
Roses and rainbows.
And more music.
Better take the lose again.
That's just the way you like him.
It's magic. It's frightening.
Isn't this a clever disguise?
It's cute.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm a little black rain cloud, of course.
Really old bear.
It's fun. And it'll take you by surprise. Are you ready for the Disney lineup?
You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I said I was ready.
Now available from Walt Disney Home Video.
Right.
Alright, so now I've already shown the entire opening and closing to this copy of Robin Hood, including and I showed you proof that this copy has the Walt Disney and You promo at the end of this Robin Hood VHS copy right here. So, and I figured I'd show the Walt Disney and You promo from this tape right here in case you guys, some of you guys don't know what the Walt Disney and You promo at the end looks like and stuff. So, on what the entire promo looks like in case you guys not heard of it before, something like that. So, but it is a very interesting and awesome promo from on Disney VHS tapes from like in the mid 80s and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for this copy of Robin Hood 1984 VHS. And I've already explained that this copy's version 2 of the 1984 VHS of Robin Hood already, so I've already mentioned that. So let's go ahead and continue on with the next one. And let's continue on where we last left off. So yeah. There is no print date on this tape. And yes, this copy does have the preview for The Sword in the Stone at the beginning. Is because this copy is version 2 of the 1984 Canadian VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I'm not going to show everything from off of this Canadian copy. Is because I've already posted the opening and closing from this tape on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's already posted on my YouTube channel and stuff. So I'm not going to show everything from off of this Canadian copy of the 1984 VHS. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with the next one. So yeah. Oops. June 10th, 1985. And yes, this copy does have the trailer for The Black Cauldron at the beginning. It's because this copy is version 1 of the 1985 VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I'm going to go ahead and show the opening to this copy of Pinocchio 1985 VHS, which is version 1. Because I'm going to go ahead and show the Black Cauldron trailer from off of this copy of Pinocchio, which this copy does contain the trailer for the Black Cauldron at the beginning of this copy right here. So I'll be back with you guys, so stick around, fellas.
Was a spirit so cruel that it was imprisoned forever in the form of a great black cauldron. Now whoever gets control of the cauldron will rule the world and destroy it. These are our heroes, the ones that will save us. A fearless fighter.
But I'm not afraid. Ouch.
A princess, currently without a throne.
Ouch!
And a horrible pest, Gertie.
Munchings and crunchings in here somewhere.
But look what our heroes are up against. Moose, Creeper, a servant of evil. And evil is their leader, the Horned King. And his army of deathless warriors. In
70mm photography, and 6-track Dolby sound, Walt Disney Pictures presents The Black Cauldron. Soon the Black Cauldron will be mine.
Whoa, trouble. Goodbye.
The Black Cauldron.
Alright, so that was the opening to this copy of Pinocchio 1985 VHS, which is version 1, which does contain the trailer for the Black Cauldron at the beginning. So, I just showed you proof that this copy does contain the Black Cauldron trailer at the beginning. So that's it for this tape right here. So let's continue. October 24th, 1985. And no, this copy does not have the trailer for the Black Cauldron at the beginning. It's because this copy is a later pressing, and in its version 2 of the 1985 VHS. So just want to give you the information. October 28th, 1985. And I'm going to go on and show the opening to this copy of Dumbo 1985 VHS. And before I do is, for this copy of this tape, is no. This copy does not have the 1970s blue MPA rated G screen and the silent Buena Vista logo right before the start of the film at the beginning at all, unfortunately, is because this copy is version 2 of the 1985 VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I'm gonna go on and show the opening to this copy of Dumbo, which it has the 1983 Neon Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo instead of the 1984 Classics Walt Disney Home Video logo. So, and I'm just going to go off and show the entire opening to this copy of Dumbo. So, I'll be back with you guys. So, watch the opening and you'll see for yourselves. So, I'll be back, guys. Alright, now I've shown off the entire opening to the 1985 VHS of Dumbo, and before we go on and move on to the next tape is I do not have version 1 of the 1985 VHS of Dumbo, which does contain the 1970s blue MPA rated G screen and the silent Buena Vista logo at the beginning as of yet, but I will get it as soon as I can. So I just want to give you guys a heads up before we move on to the next tape. And while that I show the opening to this copy of Dumbo, it actually shows like a tiny snippet of the silent Buena Vista logo, but it's not fully there. But there's like a Excuse me. Sorry about me coughing there. But there is like a tiny snippet of the Silent Buena Vista logo that y'all saw when I was showing the opening to this tape of this copy of Dumbo right here. So yeah, but even though this copy does not contain the 1970s blue MPA rated G screen and the Silent Buena Vista logo at all on this copy. So yeah. Anyways. So let's continue. Unfortunately, there is no print date sticker on this tape, unfortunately. It must have fell off there when I first got it. So, yeah. So, obviously, there's no print date on this copy since there's no print date sticker on this tape. So, yeah. But, however, this copy does have this copy has the 1983 Neon Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo at the beginning. And, yes, this copy does contain the Walt Disney and You promo at the end because this copy is version 1 of the 1986 black clamshell VHS, apparently. So, I just want to give you the information on that. So, yeah. Because I have put this tape into my VCR before when I first checked the opening and close into it when I first got it back in December 2013, that is. So, yeah. And I'll go ahead and show the 1983 Neon Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo from Off of the Sword in the Stone tape again, just for the heck of it. To show proof that this copy of The Sword in the Stone has that logo. But even though I've already shown it already, but I'm just going to go ahead and show it again. So, right after the preview for the Journey of Natty Gans. So, I'll go ahead and show the logo again from Off of the Sword in the Stone tape right here. So, I'll be back with you guys. Alright, let's move on to the next tape. March 11th, 1986. And this copy has the 1984 The Classics Walt Disney Home Video logo, freezes for 10 seconds. And no, this copy does not have the Walt Disney and You promo at the end at all, unfortunately. It's because this copy is version 3 of the 1986 black clamshell VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I'm going to go ahead and show the 1984 The Classics Walt Disney Home Video logo again, but this time I'm going to show the one that freezes for 10 seconds from Off of the Sword in the Stone tape right here. So I'll be back with you guys. So stick around and I'll be back. Alright, so that is it for the 1986 black clamshell VHS of The Sword in the Stone. So let's move on. April 10th, 1986. And this copy has the 1983 Neon Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo at the beginning, because this copy is version 1 of the 1986 slipcover VHS. So just want to give you the information. And by the way, this tape unfortunately comes in the 1986 clamshell of the 1986 VHS of Alice in Wonderland, the clamshell reissue from October 14th, 1986 release of it, apparently. Since the tape came in the wrong case for some odd reason there when I got this in the mail from eBay a few years ago, that is. So I do apologize that that was the way it came when I got this in the mail from eBay a few years ago. So, but even though the tape itself is version 1 of the 1986 slipcover VHS, but even though this tape was supposed to be in the 1986 slipcover, so that was the way it came when I got this in the mail from eBay and all that a few years ago. So I just want to give you guys a heads up on that before we move on to the next tape. So yeah. April 30th, 1986. And this copy has the 1984 The Classics Walt Disney Home Video logo freezes for 10 seconds at the beginning. Is because this copy is version 2 of the 1986 slipcover VHS. So just want to give you the information. July 2nd, 1986. September 23rd, 1986. July 17th, 1986. Apparently, there is no print date on this copy, apparently. So that means that there is no print date on this tape. For this copy right here, that is. And I'm going to go off and show off the entire opening by using this copy of the 1986 VHS of Pinocchio. How this tape opens and stuff like that. Because I'm going to show you the 1986 dark red FBI warning screens and the video dealer announcement at the beginning right before the 1984 Classics logo freezes for 10 seconds that appears on this tape right here. So I'll be back with you guys. So watch the opening and you'll see it for yourself. So I'll be back, guys.
would like to own a video cassette of this program for your home library, ask your home video dealer about purchasing new or previously viewed tapes.
So there you have it. That's the opening to the 1986 VHS of Pinocchio. So by showing off the entire opening, which I showed you guys the 1986 dark red FBI warning screens on what it looks like, along with the video dealer announcement on what it looks like and stuff. So that's it for the 1986. Excuse me. So that's it for the 1986 VHS of Pinocchio. So let's move on to the next tape. July 23rd, 1986. March 4th, 1987 and March 5th, 1987. It's a later pressing, but even though this is still a 1986 VHS of Dumbo, so yeah. July 3rd, 1986. August 19th, 1986. September 30th, 1986. And I'm going to go ahead and show the opening to the 1986 VHS of Sleeping Beauty, but even though it opens up almost the same way as the 1986 VHS of Pinocchio, but except the 1984 Classics logo does not freeze for 10 seconds, and it has the film's Buena Vista logo at the beginning of the movie there on the 1986 VHS of Sleeping Beauty. So this is pretty much one of the only Disney Blind Diamond tapes from the 80s that actually has the Buena Vista logo on it. So why not for me to go off and show off the opening to this tape right here. So I'll pause the video and I'll be back. So I'll be back with you guys. So here's the opening.
If you would like to own a video cassette of this program for your home library, ask your home video dealer about purchasing new or previously viewed tapes.
Alright, so now that was the opening to the 1986 VHS of Sleeping Beauty, so why not for me to go in and show the opening to that tape, so which I've already just shown it already, so because it has, this is one of the only this is pretty much the only Disney Black Diamond VHS from 1984 through 1987 that contains the film's Buena Vista logo at the start of the movie, so I figured I'd go in and show the opening to it just for the heck of it there. So that's it for this tape right here. So let's move on. I'll probably going to have to show a few more and then we'll go to the second part. So yeah. There is no printing on this Canadian tape. And even though this copy has a 1992 ink label, and even though this comes in the 1988 clamshell, but it still uses the 1984 Classics Walt Disney Home Video logo, freezes for 10 seconds at the beginning, is because this is still a 1986 Canadian VHS tape master on it because of the opening to this tape right here. So that is the reason why this tape was in the pile from 1986. That is because it still uses the 1986 Canadian VHS tape master on it, by the way. So I just want to give you guys the information on that and stuff like that. So yeah. I'll show you proof when I do the opening to this another time. So I'll show you for proof about the opening to this Canadian copy right here in another video. So yeah. So anyways, let's move on. Nothing about the printing on this tape. Nothing on the print date on this tape either. And this copy has the 1984, the regular 1984 red FBI warning screens at the beginning, because this copy is version 2 of the 1987 VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I do not have version 1 of the 1987 VHS of Sleeping Beauty, which it has the slideshow 1984 red FBI warning screens, in which I know there's version 1 of this tape that has the slideshow 1984 red FBI warning screens at the beginning, in which I do not have that copy as of yet, but I will get it as soon as I can. So I just want to give you guys the information and a heads up on that. So yeah. But however, this copy is version 2 of the 1987 VHS is because this copy just has the regular 1984 red FBI warnings. So yeah. June 14th, 1987, and June 25th, 1987. And this copy has the slideshow 1984 red FBI warning screens at the beginning, because this copy is version 1 of the 1987 VHS. So just want to give you the information. And I'm going to go in and show the entire opening to the Sword in the Stone tape right there to show proof that it has the slideshow 1984 red FBI warning screens at the beginning of this Sword in the Stone VHS right there. I'll show you what it looks like. So I'll be back with you guys in a minute there. So be back, guys. Hang on, let me go ahead and restart this again because of the buzzing sound there. So hang on a second, guys. So I apologize for that. There we go, much better. Sorry about the hi-fi sound buzzing on this tape there. So my apologies there, guys. It happens. Alrighty, so that was the opening to the Sword in the Stone VHS right there. I just wanted to show the slideshow 1984 red FBI warning screens at the beginning. And once again, I do apologize about the hi-fi sound buzzing throughout the entire opening to this tape on my Panasonic VCR DVD combo there. So I had to adjust the tracking there. So I do apologize about that inconvenience with this tape on my Panasonic VCR DVD combo there. So just ignore that, you guys. There's nothing I can do about it. So that's just the way this tape is and all that. So I just want to give you my inconvenience there about this tape right there, that the sound was buzzing on hi-fi sound throughout the entire opening to this. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for this tape anyway. So anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here for part 1, and I'll see you guys back on part 2. So we'll continue where I last left off in the next part. So I'll be back in the next part. See you then.